already?
Two-tone, yeah, APs, looking like Weez. Haven't seen.
Oh, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another edition of 1 AM Pod, man. Man, look, okay, so it was like 2 episodes ago. We were waiting for Mo for 20 minutes. This episode, I had the boys waiting for about an hour, man. So my bad. My bad, folks. My bad, folks. Mo, Jelani, how y'all feeling, man?
Hey, it's all good, man. We sometimes you be having things going on, bro. It be like that sometimes.
Yeah, a dude, he's been trying to get me on his channel for a little minute, and every time he hits me, I'm like, I gotta go on someone else. I gotta do my pot. I gotta do this. So when he said the time, it was an hour before. I said, okay, bet. In my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna do it for an hour, and then I'm gonna jump over to 1 a.m. So I get to the hour. Mo still got to get home, get situated. You said give me about 10 minutes. I said, okay, cool, a little grace period. I stayed at hour 30. Okay, hour 30. I'm like, okay, bet. That's when y'all like, I'm ready. I said, okay, cool. My bad. I ain't see the notification. Let me do what I do.
Hello?
Yeah. We can hear you. So, yo, Mo. Uh-oh. Mo is crazy. Because on the setup, okay.
What's good?
Okay. All right. Yo.
Yo, this is such a hilarious start to the episode right now. I feel like we're producing in real time.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know how it goes. But so yeah, hour 30. Y'all say y'all ready. I say bet.
Right.
So I say, hey y'all, I gotta go. Thanks for having me on. He said, hey Rashad, if you want to say, is the show gonna wrap up in 5 minutes? I said, okay. 20 minutes later they wrap. Bruh, 20 minutes is not 5 minutes. Anyways, I'm glad to be here with my brothers. And I'm glad my boys are here. Mo, you good?
Yeah. How does it sound?
It was about a 20-second delay on that mug. It was about a 20-second delay on that mug. Jelani, I love the 106 and Park background, by the way.
You feel me? I'm saying right now. Shout out to AJ and Free. Shout out to Roxy, Terrence J. You know. Who else? Who was it? I think Bow Wow. I forget.
Okay, I was waiting for you to say Bow Wow. Waiting for you to say Bow Wow.
I'm trying to remember who was the girl host with Bow
Wow. She was a singer, a Canadian singer.
Yeah, shout out to her. That was like the final years of 106 and Park.
Final years of 106 and Park, man. Bow Wow was Mr. 106, and then they had him host 106, man. Bow Wow 106 and Park. Cause now I want to know the lady's name or remember the lady's name. What's her name? Her name. I just pulled it up. Hold on. Let me share this screen. Two-tone double AP.
106 and Park was low-key a scam, though. I was talking to my brother about this like not too long ago.
What was a scam?
106 and Park was low-key a scam.
106 and Park, like all together, like the show I did was a scam?
No. What I mean is like it was. You got to remember this is before YouTube, so like it was like a 2-hour show.
Yeah,
and they would show 10 videos.
Yeah,
and sometimes they wouldn't even play the full video.
Oh yeah.
So they fill in time for like 2 hours. Really, basically, with just advertisements and
100%.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like they was just showing videos for the whole time.
It was mostly what was it? Promo, artist promo,
interviews. They would do like the throwback joint, the new joint of the day.
Keisha Shante.
Okay.
It's crazy it took that long to find her name. But yeah, she's a singer from Toronto, I believe.
Yeah, by the time Bow Wow and her got on there, that was when it was like...
It was over with, bro.
It was pretty much over with.
People are already complaining about Roxy and Terrence.
Okay.
And it's funny because when they left, everybody was like, I miss the old 106 and Park, Roxy and Terrence J. And I was like, y'all hated them when they were on. Like, y'all were like, I miss, what they say? They said, I miss, AJ and Free. All right, Mo, it's better?
I don't know. Y'all tell me.
Yeah.
You good
No,
now.
it was no delay. It was no
Yeah.
delay. You good, brother.
Bet.
How you feeling though? How you feeling?
And I'm feeling good, man. You know, blessed and highly favored, man, as always. Shoot, a little tired, but you know, we still out here.
Hey man, gotta do what we gotta do, brother. Gotta do what we gotta do, man.
You got your sophisticated frames on. It's like
Right.
the real like educated black man look. You know what I mean?
You said what?
I said you got your sophisticated frames on. You got like the educated black man frames. You feel me?
Yeah, appreciate it, man. You know, it's a front, but you know.
Oh no, you got to fake it till you make it. Sometimes, you know.
You got on the Maurice X's.
I was just about to say they do look like the Malcolm
Power
X
to the
frames.
people.
Oh wait, didn't you tell me that folks say you look like Malcolm?
That what?
Didn't you tell me that you said folks told you that you look like Malcolm?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, people always love to say that when I wear these glasses. But I get a lot of compliments on them, so I ain't mad at it.
Speaking
No,
of
they fire glasses.
like how'd y'all feel about like DDG cutting his hair? Y'all have any thoughts or like on a reaction from the women?
That's the first topic. DDG cut his hair off.
Because there was a lot of women that was like, "Oh, he looks so good," and then some woman was making fun of like the shape of his head. And in it, I feel like it's always subliminal disses to people with hair, men with hair specifically. And it's like, oh no, don't fall for it, fellas. If you have hair, don't fall for it. Women will gaslight you into getting a haircut. And then once you get a haircut, they'll like it for a little bit. And then they'll be like, I love me a dreadhead. Don't fall for it. Just do what you want to do with your hair. Because they're going to change their mind every day.
Yo, I remember I had this girl I was dealing with. And at the at the time, like my hair was like growing out or whatever. It was like a nappy afro type situation or whatever. And she would just say how she liked that hairstyle or whatever. Like that was part of why she liked me or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, you know, we stopped dealing with each other or whatever. Maybe like a month later, she gets with her new dude. This dude has the exact opposite. When I tell you this dude got the lowest, like, first week of the army, you know what I mean? The number one overall, all even haircut. And I was like, damn, like I could have really, because the only reason I had the hair at that point was because she liked it. So I was like, I could have been cut my hair off a long, you know what I'm saying? So to your point, like, yeah, go get whatever haircut you like. Don't let whatever gender you're into dictate what haircut you have.
They're literally gonna change their mind every other business day. Like I've seen it just on social media, so I know it's true in person. Like you could even ask like your homegirls. Like your homegirls gonna be like, "Oh, I love me a dreadhead," and then the next week they're gonna be like, "Bring back waves," and it's like, okay, you just said like I was there. I was in the room when you said it. I was trying to see if Mo was
I have my mic muted, my bad. Yeah, I was
Oh
trying to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mo. Yeah, you bet. Mo, I want to know your thoughts on like the entire hair decision. You know, with especially dealing with women and sort.
My opinion on what?
So like, how do I say this? So my thing is like, I was talking about DDG cutting his hair, right? And it's a large portion of women that's like DDG looks way better with this haircut. But I'm saying, fellas, if you got long hair, don't cut your hair when you see women say that, because the same woman that say that this week, the next week they'll be like, "I love me a dreadhead."
Yeah, you know, shoot. In the words of what Bia was talking about on DDG, podcast, I think that kind of, in a sense, put everything in perspective of don't do things for other people. Cause I just talking about how like they had that song together that they felt probably would have went, but because of his past relationship, it was like yeah, you know, I'm not gonna put this out right now. So, you know, I think it goes in the same thing, like, you know, don't stop your creativity for nobody. Don't cut your hair for nobody, you know?
100%. They too indecisive as creatures. It's like these are the same people you leave the crib with. They say they want tacos. You go to the taco place. They said, why we ain't get wings? Because you said you wanted tacos 20 minutes ago. Don't gaslight me. You can't. You might be able to trick them. You can't trick me. So I mean, I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. But shout out to DDG, bro, because he done had a heck of a year of just being roasted and being the bad guy and being the villain. And they villainized this man for wanting to see his son. I ain't never seen that. How you villainize a man for wanting? Why don't you take him the cut? Do you see your son? The first thing you do is put him on stream. The first time you seen the Joker with his son was when he was on the stream. How you not know the boy was there for 2 hours before and he go on stream to do his job? For one, to this is his job. Same way you got a job and you work from home, he got a job and he worked from home. But now it's a problem because it's DDG. And y'all don't like DDG. It is what it is. But like he done bounced back from all that, and he's having like one of the best moments, biggest moments of his career right now. So I just wanted to shout out that young man for that for sure.
Yo, what's the wildest like it ain't gotta be like nothing crazy. Like, what's the wildest thing you've done to like try to impress a woman? Because I was thinking about like there was this time I was there was this Jamaican woman I worked with, and like, you know what I mean, like we were just striking up conversation. I don't know what made me say this, and I was like, you know, I know how to make oxtail. Like, keep in mind, I didn't know how to make oxtail at the time, and yeah, I never made it before whatsoever. And I learned how to make oxtail just to impress this woman, and it didn't turn out bad, by the way. It was like some respectable, you know. I only had enough money to buy like 2 packs, but those like 12 oxtail, they were on point.
6 oxtail each that's good. You eating, that's a large at shoot, that's more than a large at the Jamaican spot.
Bro, I had a Jamaican spot give me 4 oxtail for a large plate. I was so heated, dog. I was sick to my stomach.
Saying.
And them Johns be about $20 too. $20 for 4 oxtail. Boy, man, exactly. You don't get out my face.
Yeah, no, you gotta have the tomato paste.
Mo, what's the craziest thing you ever done to impress a woman?
Oh man, let's see. What's the crazy thing I've done to impress a woman? Man, I know there was this one time. It wasn't necessarily to impress her. I was just trying to get at her, and I knew this was a good moment for me to like slide in. So after I was working at Botanical Gardens at the time, and then there was a girl there, and I wanted to like talk to her, and like I felt the vibes and everything. So I'm thinking like, you know, shoot, like we all go out, you know, that's when you make your little move at, you know, the after work function or whatever. So it was like me, her, and this other dude we was working with. So they were like, yeah, we finna go out. So but the guy was gay. So they were like, yeah, we finna go to this gay club, a gay bar. So I was like, nah, I ain't trying to go to that, man. I was like, so I told him straight up, I was like, yo, I will pay like first round of drinks all on me. We just go to another place. They're like, nah, we want to go there. Like, you come, you know, it's not even that bad. So I'm thinking like, man, you know, all right, let me get out my head. Cause I'm like, a gay bar is just a bar, you know? It's just like all others, right? It's not at all. Like, I'm gonna keep it up. Bruh, I was in there and like, you know, like I was talking with her and everything. So, you know, it was a good little connection being made, but at the same time, like, you know, let's say you at the club or the bar, and you and another dude make eye contact, you know, and then but it's on like, you know, y'all look at each other, y'all give each other like, what's up? You know, and then you just you look away, you do something else. Bruh, if one dude, he looked at me, I said, you know, gave him a little what's up, he just staring. I'm like, oh, bruh, no. And yeah, it was just so awkward. They had like on the TVs, there was like dudes in like bikinis and stuff, bro. Yeah, dog. It was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That was the most uncomfortable I ever felt, like in a spot. Like I was literally so uncomfortable. I was like low key shaking. Like not on no homophobia or nothing, but it was just like the look. I don't know. It was just weird, bro. Like I could have told her like we stayed for probably about like 30 minutes, and then I went to go get some Chinese food next door, and then after that I was like, yeah, I'm about to slide. So yeah, I mean, I end up bagging her later, you know, and I think that I do feel like that set the foundation for me to bag her, but man, whew, that was something else.
You had to.
A win's a win, bro.
Because you had to make that sacrifice. You had to, go through that so you get the reward in the end.
Yeah. Wouldn't do that no more though.
Yeah, I got a story similar to that later, but I'll let Rashawn get his answer.
This wasn't like pursuing a girl romantically, but because I think, man, I done lived a wild life, but I say one of the things for a job, it was in New York. It was a local newspaper in New York that was paying like low 30s, and I was coming out of school, so I really wanted this one because it was in New York. I'm like, okay, I ain't getting paid nothing, but at least I'll be in New York. I'll be able to figure it out up there. If I'm up there, if I start my career up there, I'll for sure get noticed by a bigger place and get picked up earlier. So I went and looked up the sports editor at the paper, and it was this woman. Her name was like Liz or something like that. And I followed her on Twitter. She only had like 300 followers, and she followed like 100. She did not follow back. And then her bio was like, I know all the words, so not throwing away my shot from Hamilton. I ain't never seen Hamilton, nothing like that. I replayed Not Throwing Away My Shot by Hamilton like 100 times, learned all the words to the whole song, just in case I got an interview with her. And she was like, yeah, anything else? And I was going to rap the whole song. I never got the opportunity to get an interview, so it was kind of for nothing, but it at least made me a little more cultured. If someone like Hamilton or Plays, I could look a bit different and cultured and be like, oh yeah, not throwing away my shot. And but I don't know what I was talking about. In college, there was this girl. She was one of them anime girls, K-pop girls. I really started listening to K-pop, different artists and stuff like that, just to be like, oh, you listen to song to Yuwishu? And I apologize. That's not an artist name. But I'd be like, you listen to this K-pop person? And she'd be like, yeah. And then we'd be like having conversations, and I always run out of stuff to talk about. So I just went back to our childhood. I'd be like, remember Proud Family? And we have a whole conversation about that. So acting like I cared about Asian culture, that was pretty crazy. Like every time we went out, both times we went out around Georgia State's campus, we walked to a little joint over there by Piedmont or whatnot. There was like Asian joints, like little Korean barbecue places, everything like that. She's saying I don't have to eat with the chopsticks because I'm trying to impress her and everything like that. I say, okay, after a while I give up. I start eating with the silverware. So I say that was the craziest in college. Post-college, probably paying rent for real. Paying rent just to pop it. And
whoa,
yeah.
Wait, this is I didn't know this was
rent just to pop it for real.
I didn't know it was going in that direction. I have so many questions just based off that one statement.
Oh, I got it. Don't even worry. Don't even worry about that. That's an easy ball. Boy, don't do that, boy. You gonna go broke. Your ass gonna go broke. Trust me. But yeah, man. So I definitely did that before.
The whole rent?
Huh?
The whole rent?
Yeah, the whole rent. Yeah, the whole month. Yeah.
Just no questions asked. Just I got it.
It was one of them things of just to show I had it. Just to stunt.
Okay. You know what? I can't even like. I've made some decisions like that where I ain't never, I ain't never spent that much, but I've definitely had that moment where it was like, I gotta do it. Like I gotta. You know what I mean? Like I gotta.
Just to show that you got it. You know what I mean? And I feel like if you broke after you do it, you don't have it. So I didn't have it. But in that moment, I had enough to do it. You know what I'm saying? Eventually I went broke from the tricking lifestyle. I had to take a step back, but it's fun tricking. I ain't gonna lie to you, but you know,
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
it's like bro, if I'm single, I'm letting you know right now, bro. If I'm single at 50, no kids, oh, I'm gonna just trick. I'm gonna just trick for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? For the final half of my life, I'm just here. You go, baby girl. 12 ain't nothing on me. Take 18 from Big Daddy. You know what I mean? Like, I'll go with that. That junk fun. I ain't gonna lie to you. But anyways, I'm getting off track. Another thing I did that wasn't money related was it was her birthday coming up, and she created a group chat for all the people going to her birthday. So I literally took out every single number that wasn't hers and created a whole nother group chat and said, "Hey y'all, we gonna make a video for her." And I had everybody give like a minute saying like happy birthday and what they appreciate about her, and I put it together. It was actually pretty nice. I ain't gonna lie. So I don't even regret that because like that's just something you do for like a friend, you know what I'm saying, a homie, whatever. But a part of me was trying to impress her as well. So yeah, I did that too. So I done did some things for sure.
Okay, my boy then did a little bit of everything.
I wanted to in the high school. Mo, you remember? I don't know if Jelani remember. I wanted to ask Paris Vaughn to prom in high school, bro. But I was gonna do it by
Bleep her
renting
name
out the
out.
Georgia Dome and having like
We just put that girl whole government out.
having fireworks at the Georgia Dome. I was
Right.
gonna pull out in the Cadillac from the tunnel onto the field, onto the 50-yard line, and have like the little sign, the little halo board. I don't know what it was at the Georgia Dome. I guess it's just a jumbotron. Say Paris Vaughn, will you go to prom with me? I was gonna do that, but you know the finances didn't line up.
I'm just laughing at you. You just keep putting her name out here.
I know.
The first and last name. It'd be
You want to
okay.
throw the middle name out there too?
Oh man, hey, salute to you know what I'm saying, to her out there. You know, I know she got a family now and everything like that. Respect to you. If this episode gets to you, I didn't expect this episode to get to you. I was just talking off the cuff like I was talking to the homies. But yeah, salute. No disrespect.
Oh no, listen, I understand though. I mean, don't get it twisted.
Right. What's it called? You know, funny when you talk about like the K-pop story, because there was definitely like I wouldn't say I guess the kind of impress a girl one time. I don't even know if this necessarily to impress her, but this was just to connect. Cause man, I was out one night. I met this chick, and so like you know I'm sitting there chilling, and then like she kind of like she was looking at me, I looking at her. And you know, she was like Hispanic, so like what's up? She didn't really know English. She was like, hablo español. I said, un poquito. Bruh, tell me why we end up just exchanging like conversation through Google Translate. And yeah, we talked for like a month. I Google translated the whole combo, bro. Like it was cool though, you know. She was a cool girl, but it was like literally no clue. Like her English was literally barely there. She had just moved from like Colombia, something like that.
Them be the ones, boy.
Yeah, no,
They
she
be
was a vibe though.
humble. They be humble too. And you American, so they like, man, look. Shout out to the foreign. I love my Americans. I'm proud to be an American, and I love my black queens. So she foreign, she black. By the way, just in case you were wondering. But them foreign women, bro, man, look, yeah, especially off the dribble, off the initial interaction. Salute to all the foreign women. Salute to all the American women, and especially salute to my black queens. Black queens forever, snow bunnies never.
Dr. Umar would approve.
So you'll never do an interracial relationship?
Never.
What about you, Jelani?
Not with a white girl. I'm gonna be real. I had my little like white girl phase when I was in high school or whatever. There was this was like Valentine's Day 2013. There was a white girl I was involved with at the time. Um, Not really, but kind of sort of. Anyway, she ended up giving me a Valentine's gift, and it was two gifts. One was a polo shirt, but it was a T-shirt, and it was from Ross. I know because she had the tag. Ain't nothing wrong with Ross, but it had a grease stain in it, so like I couldn't really. I was like, okay, like I'm trying to like, what do you know what I mean? Did you cook bacon wearing this polo shirt before you gave it to me? I don't know why it had a grease stain in it, but that's one. And then the second gift she gave me was a Chick-fil-A gift card, supposed to be for $25. When I went to the register to pay for my food, keep in mind I didn't have a car. I walked to my local Chick-fil-A and I scanned my card, and they said that there's no money on here. And I don't know. I like, yo, why does this card don't have no money? She couldn't explain it. So yeah, that was
Black queens forever.
That was my last time dealing with a white girl. And that was in high school.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm traumatized from that day, from that walk to Chick-fil-A.
Well, you know, like I ain't gonna lie, like I used to think, like I've never dated a white girl, but like, you know, I've like interacted with them pretty heavily before. And I used to think like, man, you know, interracial dating is like, you know, as long as they truly care about you and like, you know, have the want to understand your culture and things of that nature, blah, 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 you know, and like I truly felt that way up to a point. But then as I've gotten older, you know, somebody had told me this when I was like in my early 20s. And then now that I'm in my latter 20s, I agree with it more than ever now. Just, you know, the difference between dating somebody outside your culture or just somebody melanated in general, like where the understanding that comes from being a melanated person living in America and just certain, you know, stereotypes, certain like discriminations that may come, you know, or just even the inferences that you'll see like within pop culture, within like movies and stuff like that, television. It's like they don't really understand it. And like I know I'll talk to this one girl, and I guess like in a sense I felt like I kind of dated this white girl with this Hispanic girl I dated, but she grew up around, she was white passing, and she grew up around nothing but white people. And it was just like she never understood. It was like certain little things that happened. We went to like her Asian friend's house, and like it was just like everybody, like mind you, I've worked at like a lot of different things. I worked at a Thai food restaurant. I worked at Japanese restaurants. I can use chopsticks very well. Like I can eat whatever I need to with chopsticks. Well, I'm the only person they like. You sure you don't want a fork? Like we get you a fork if you want, bro. You ain't like it's okay. You can, I'm
No,
like,
trust me, you got a bunch of forks in the kitchen, my guy.
right. And I'm like, bro, no, like I'm good. Like, you know. And then like they start playing some music, bro. They turn on some Rod Wave. I'm like, y'all do not listen to Rod Wave, bro. Like it was just like, you know, some Asian people do, but these don't. They were like 40 something. 40 something Asian people, you tell me you listen to Rod
Go
Wave.
through the party of the century.
That's the exact song they played. The exact song they played.
And Lola, and they looked at you, and it was all for you.
Hey, what's that one song he got? We talking about finally. When they started playing that,
Tombstone,
that's a crazy song to play at dinner.
Tombstone,
Right,
they bury me. But yeah, shout out
but you
Rod
know,
Wave, bro.
crazy. Oh, facts. I rock with Rod Wave heavy, but you know, it was just like stuff like that where I remember being there and I was literally like, I don't know if I texted you, Rashad, but I know I texted Ephraim, and I was texting him about it, and I remember Ephraim being like, "Bro, are you serious?" Like, because it was like other stuff that was happening, and it just made me disconnect. And I remember talking with the girl afterwards, and she was just like, especially the chopstick thing, and I was like, you didn't peep how like literally I'm the only one that. And she was like, I thought they were just kind of messing with you, you know. And I'm like, yeah, but at the same time, it's like, do you not see there's a reason why they only said that to me? Like they didn't say nothing to you about needing any forks or anything, blah blah. You know, or we watched a movie one time. It was a movie with Mahershala Ali, and I remember like, and I think Sandra Bullock was in it. It's like some movie on Netflix, and like you know, Mahershala Ali's house, and then Sandra Bullock was staying in it for like a vacation, whatever. It's like about the world ending, and in the movie, like Sandra Bullock was like, oh, so this is your house, you know, and like being all kind of like, nah, you don't own this house, like. And I remember like talking with the girl about it, and she was just like, oh, I just thought it because they came late. I'm like, bruh, like you don't see. I don't know. It was just like little stuff like that, but that's why I say. So now I realize I feel personally, you know, I couldn't date anybody that doesn't at least understand what being melanated is like, you know? Like, you know, you ain't even got to be, like, I ain't going to necessarily even put it with just white people. It's just like being to understand, like, you know, the plight of a melanated person. Because I'm like, shoot, if I get pulled over, you know, like, it's going to be a different vibe than if they get pulled over. And if you can't understand what's going on, it's just like, I don't know if we need to be in these situations together, you know? But, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like certain cultural differences that people try to act like they don't matter. If you find somebody that you love and they're not the same race as you, they don't matter. But at the same time, it's like you're gonna end up in some awkward situations. You know what I mean? It's just a reality of like where we live at in America. Like if you're a black man and you have a white wife, like at some point it's going to be a awkward situation that pops up because of that, just because of, you know, where we live. But, you know, listen, I'm a fan of love, you know what I mean? As long as it's, you know, y'all adults and it's consensual, you know, find your partner.
Yeah, I ain't really with that. It was probably like 2016 when like a lot of the movement really picked up, and it was like I was having a lot of conversations with my white acquaintances and white friends and things of that sort, and they legitimately could not understand. Like it was just like a genuine disconnect there, and especially like post MAGA, first term and second term and things of that sort. It's like when black people voice, you know what I'm saying, their struggles and everything like that, just because it's a little more blinded and hidden now as opposed to what it used to be back in pre-segregated segregation days. It's like you just think that people is complaining, you know, everything like that. It's a victim mentality, you know. That's why you people will never advance, because you got a victim mentality, and then you get black people saying the same thing because they brainwash and they got the coon chip. So it's like, look at RG3. That's a real American. Now that's a real coon. You know what I'm saying? And
Super
so
cool.
salute to Rob Parker too, by the way. He a real one for sure. He got me one of my suits for NABJ in 2018. He got me a suit, tailored everything like that to the nines. Shout out. So he doing the work. Like a lot of people, like they say they call, you know, RG3 or coon, but it's like, what are you doing for the next generation? They don't do nothing. Rob Parker, he actually about it. He put his money where his mouth is. Anyways, getting back to it. So it's just like, it's things like that. Even if you're the best ally ever and you understand everything, like some of my white friends, they socially conscious enough to know, like, okay, this is a black issue. Let me shut up, or let me heed and listen to what Rashad has to say, even though it's not Rashad's job to educate you on the black experience. You know what I'm saying? Even those people, they could be cool, they can know, but it's like, does every single member of their family know? And when you marry someone, you marry their family as well. So I'm not dealing with that, bro. I'm just not dealing with it. And then so that's the main thing for real with me. I learned a lesson early. You know, I hated that the situation happened at the time, especially, but now like it was kind of like a life lesson I received before I turned 18. You know, when I was 17, I was facing, you know, a year behind bars. That could have been on my name. That could have been on my record. Police had to talk the people out of pressing charges against me and having that on my name. And I ended up going to college that year instead of spending it, doing time and things of that sort. So, and all of that came from these type of differences. To be honest, it kind of all stemmed from that. Because, we grew up in Cobb County, come on, black boy. That's where we grew up at. So to grow up in the heart of the Dixie, everything like that, I seen the racial relations for myself. I seen the white kids that we went to school with listen to hip hop and blast rap songs louder than everybody else in the parking lot. As soon as they graduate, 5-6 years later, they all about God's country. And whoever the dude that just performed at SNL, they got the song with Lil Durk, Morgan Wallen, and said, "Give me back to God's country," everything like that. Now they like Morgan Wallen's biggest fan, and all their friends is white. They have a wedding. All the groomsmen is white. All the bridesmaids is white. They ain't even invite their best black friend from high school to the wedding. And it's like, okay, I see what it really was. You was trying to just because you was around other black people, not because this is who you genuinely are. So I peeped a lot of the stuff early on in life, and I appreciate those rough, kind of scary moments to keep it a bean from an early age to like let me know like what the reality was, because your parents and your aunties and uncles can tell you about it all they want to. You're not going to learn until you go through it yourself. So I'm glad I just went through it at an early age.
Facts. But, kind of on the same subject somewhat, man, I saw this one meme online that said, when did midgets drop? When did midgets come out? Because I ain't never seen them in no slavery photos. And I was like,
yeah.
But, that's real, though. I ain't never, although this is just random, but I ain't never seen a midget slave.
But that's the type of stuff people don't really think about, is that, like, I mean, I know we joking around, but there did have to be at some point, like, that did have to be a real thing. And see, there we go. That's a crazy Google search, by the way, for the listeners. We're screen sharing right now. Our co-host Rashad has searched slave midget, that exact phrase, and we have found a midget slave. Here he is. His name is Thomas Dilworth.
Are you sure he was a slave? He a little too dressed up. I'm talking about the ones in the field.
Nah, he looked like a housewarming, bro. He looked like a housewarming, bro.
True, they probably did throw him in the house.
Like he's like Jeffrey,
Shout out to Lil Reese. I'm about to do my research on Thomas Dilworth.
Hey Mo, side note, this is definitely the episode photo, bro.
Okay, bet.
That's crazy. Oh, it says he was an entertainer.
I bet he was entertaining.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. So this gets even crazier. So the first paragraph of his hold on, Mo, did I cut any one of y'all off? I'm looking at the screen right now. So all right, for sure. The first paragraph was Wikipedia. Thomas Dilworth was an entertainer who appeared in blackface minstrel shows from 1853 until the early 1880s under the name. You're never going to be able to guess his name. He appeared under the entertainment name Japanese Tommy. That was his stage name, Japanese Tommy. So that's the Black History. I know it's not Black History Month, but that's a Black History fact of the day for the podcast.
That's crazy.
Rest in peace, Japanese Tommy.
Facts. Rest in peace, Japanese Tommy, man. Real legend right there.
Long live.
Man, salute, man. Shout out. Rest in peace, Gary Coleman, for real.
Yeah,
hey, Gary Coleman just died. Life is short.
Yo. J. Cole bars, bro, like Shout out to J. Cole, bro. He said some wild stuff in life, dude.
Yo, how y'all feel about my boy Kanye hating on Cole right now?
Wait, what else did he say about Cole?
He hate his music, and how he told Drake behind the scenes that the worst thing he's ever done in hip hop was giving J. Cole a platform or furthering J. Cole's platform.
Yo, he's in like a different level of hater bag right now. Like he's having like you remember that Eastern Conference Finals when he played the Celtics when he was like super locked in or whatever. That's the level of just being a jealous hater that Ye is at right now, you know.
Facts.
Did y'all watch that interview?
Nah. I've seen clips.
No. That's crazy though, because we all, bro. For the listeners, I don't think y'all understand. Like our love for I feel like that was a big reason of us even becoming friends. Because I met y'all was friends before I met y'all, but I feel like when I met y'all and became cool, like back then, you know, as much as we love Ye, like y'all was the two biggest Ye fans that I knew in high school. So like, I feel like that's part of why I bonded with y'all.
I'll never forget reciting the entire late registration in class one day, like skits and all. I don't remember the class. It was like computer science or something like that. But in the class one day, we sit in the back. We sit with my boy James. Salute to James. He working at Amazon now, doing this thing. But you know, we just recited the whole late registration, skits and all. Oh no, Kanye, you can't do that. So I actually was college dropout now I think about it. But yeah, man. Hey, he's just mad that Cole put him in his place and he called him out for who he is 8 years ago. He's still upset about that. This song 8 years ago, what was this? 2018, 2016, False Prophets? When he said you dropping at half, but the people justifying it because you ride it by riders and yes man and don't have the balls to contest them, man. You know what I'm saying? Cold snap, bro. He said what it was, bro. Kanye triggered by that. Kanye triggered that Doc got halftime show at the Super Bowl. Kanye triggered that Doc got swept the Grammys. Because what was the thing that Kanye always you know what I'm saying, bragged about? I got the most Grammys. I got the this and that. I'm the biggest. I got the baddest chick. I got the man. So what happened when you lose it? You don't want to lose.
I mean,
go ahead. Go ahead, Mo.
I about to say technically he ain't lost nothing just yet. Like, you know, he still has the most Grammys. You know, he still has dated the baddest chicks, you know.
DDG.
I mean, okay, DDG is not the same conversation that Kanye.
But if we talking best rosters, I'm going DDG, Nick Cannon, Joe Budden, Kanye West.
No, I'll give you DDG, but nah. Like Nick Cannon's, like his girls, they're cute. They, you know, he done definitely been around. But Kanye, like, did echelon, you know, like, take it up to another levels. Like, I think him with Kim K, for real, though, like, especially at the time when he got with Kim K, I think that was, like, a pretty good, like, him to wipe that up. Because he did have the baddest girl who ended up being a billionaire, you know. Or, no, she's not a billionaire. Kylie's a billionaire. But, you know, still, like, you know, her companies have amassed a lot of money. And Amber Rose at the time, I know, you know, Nick could hit it first, but that wasn't the Kim. That's not the Kim that Kanye got. Kim got the best version of all those women. That's what I'll say. Kanye gets the best version of all these women. some of them be having these women, but Kanye get the best versions of them.
I'll give him. He did have peak Amber Rose.
Yeah, because Amber Rose now is, you know.
You don't like her forehead tattoo?
Not at all.
You're not a fan of the. I don't even know what she has on the forehead, but hey, as long as them OnlyFans subscriptions, as long as they stay up, that's all that matters.
She got OnlyFans?
I'm like 99% sure that she does. I might have done the research at some point.
I might have done the research. Shout out to Alexis Pfeiffer, bro. Bro, if I was old enough for Alexis Pfeiffer, but I don't want Ye beefing with me.
That dude has so much more to worry about right now than his ex-girlfriend from forever ago. I'm very curious how this movie is gonna end. Like, I don't know. He's had a crash. I don't even want to use that phrase. I was gonna say crash. He's had moments where he's wilded out before, but he's been wilding consecutively for like a good 2 months straight now.
Facts.
That man said,
see 2 of my bitches in the club.
What did he say? When he said, hold on, you little. He said, you're getting out of hand.
Yo.
With the KKK uniform. This man, had a KKK uniform, a White Lives Matter shirt under that, and a Sean Jones shirt under that. Hey, he's hilarious. I ain't gonna lie to you. Out of this whole thing, he never lost his sense of humor, bro. But oh my goodness, dude, like, bro is wilding, dog. Like, I feel like his level's so wilding. He like, I don't know why he on this. You can't say it on YouTube on this ooh-eye mission. I don't know why he on the ooh-eye mission. Cause it's like your kids is young. Like, it ain't like your kids is like 30 plus, they adults. Your kids are still kids. Like, they need their father. And for you to do this ooh-eye mission to make a statement about the Jewish community or whatever you're doing, it just is, it's not worth it to me.
Yeah, my boy revolutionary. Well, I ain't gonna say that. My boy crazy. But I don't know what's going through his head. I mean, I think in his mind he's a revolutionary. I think in his mind he's trying to break barriers and like he's done so many times in the past. But I think it's just it's at a bad point right now.
Yeah, man. I didn't watch the full interview to get back to it because I didn't want to. I don't know. I felt like my brain cells, bro. Like, I feel like if you kind of paid attention to him, especially lately, but in this latest era, he just hasn't really made sense much. So it's just kind of like a lot of rambling, where he'll say every now and again a point that kind of makes sense that no one's really said before in the way that he says it. Stuff like, I'm doing all the Jewish stuff to remind them of their pain because they get paid off of our pain. And it's like, okay, that makes sense. But why are you wearing a KKK uniform? Like, what? Like, where is that message? What is the White Lives Matter message? And the Sanjam, why are you going so hard for Puff right now? Just don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one step forward, 3 steps back.
Yo, what's your favorite King Kong song? Man, take your time, bro. You got all night, man.
Man, he did have one song. Who was it with? I can't remember who was with.
Kodak Black.
Yes, I was about to.
That was the one I was thinking.
But that's literally just they literally just remade Lil' Kim "Crush on You" and just added some drums to it.
But
So
is that the
that's
one
the
that's
thing.
like
Oh,
can't stop, won't stop, bad boy?
Yeah, yeah.
Out of my last joint, right here, in the last joint. Yeah, that's my favorite one. Hey, can't stop, won't stop, bad boy.
but
Hey.
that's my one issue with King Combs though. It's like, bro, all his music is like, it's like he trying to relive his dad's life in the '90s, you know? And it's like, bro, or I don't know. It's just it doesn't really have no originality to it when I listen to it. It's none of the songs. I'm like, hop on the sexy drill wave or something. You feel me? Like, bro, you in New York? Like, hop on those vibes. Like, whatever the vibe is of the city. But he doesn't ever do that. It just still sounds like he's trying to get signed to Bad Boy in '96. You know?
How you best friends with Cash Cobain or friends with Cash Cobain, and you stuck with the Bad Boy movement?
Facts.
I mean, I get it though because that's his pops. But did he at one point? Like I was thinking about this. I think about this. I ain't gonna say I think about it often, but I was thinking about this recently. Like people make their jokes or whatever, and I get it. Like he's a nasty individual, done some nasty things. Diddy was that guy at one point though. Like at one point, Diddy really was like we talk about the music and like a lot of the things that he was involved in. There was one year, I think it's 1990, it's either 1997 or 1990. Yeah, I think it's like 1997. Bad Boy had the number one song on, it was like the R&B hip hop chart for like the entire year. We'll probably never see anything like that ever again from one record label.
Facts.
But he's a nasty guy.
I was about to say, Don't Like Us was kind of close.
No, but I'm saying like it was.
Oh, Don't Like Us, Not Like Us. I'm tripping.
No, I'm saying it was like multiple songs. It was like a Biggie song and then a May song and then like a 112 like for a full year. You know what I mean? But I don't want to turn this into the Diddy praise episode.
Nah, shout out. Oh,
Speak your truth, King.
I was about to
really
say that. Hey, the sentence I was about to say was crazy.
What you was about to say?
Nah, shout out Puff. He did his thing for sure. Like,
shout out to my OG. That's crazy.
Shout out to Puff's music and Bad Boy music for sure. His songwriting ability, executive producing ear, things of that sort. Same with Stevie J. They personal, everything like that. That's they personal, and that might be messed up. I was at speaking of, bro, I was at the Millennium Tour, bro, on Saturday, as you guys know, and Trey Songz closed. So it's like, Bow Wow, I'm turned. I'm like, bro, bucket list moment for me. I love it. I'm watching Bow Wow perform. This is crazy. And then, Trey Songz come up. Before Trey Songz come up, I tapped the dude next to me. He said, yeah. I said, if R. Kelly popped out right now, are you standing for his set? He said, yeah. And I said, why? He said, well, I mean, I'm here for a concert. I don't care about that other stuff. And I was like, I know people are going to stand up for Trey Songz, but this just made me think of this. He said, hey, bro, I came for a concert, not a debate. And that was that. Trey Songz came out. The whole arena was singing every word. And the set was crazy. The set was like hit after hit after hit. It was fire. But I just knew, me personally, my morals. If I'm the one person sitting down, and he looked at me and he said, stop playing with me, man, on stage. And then went to the other side of the stage and kept singing his songs. But
wait, he looked at you personally?
Yeah. So they had me in the fourth row on the floor. So like, yeah, I'm sitting down, everybody else around me standing up, and the rest of the arena standing up. And so like he looked at me and he said, man, y'all stop playing with me, man, and went to the other side of in the middle of his set. And yeah, but
you're getting impressed by Trey Songz mid performance is crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, don't rate me.
That's crazy. Yo, Trey. I mean, I told somebody this. I was like, okay, so the main, like, sometimes you think about the music from your high school years, the main R&B singers that was popping during our like middle school / high school years was Chris Brown, Trey Songz, like the last couple years of R. Kelly being popping, like Neo. What I'm saying that to say is that that's a sick group of people that we grew up with during our teenage years. Who was like, I would say the most normal was probably like Miguel, and he was, flying off stage doing leg drops on people. So yeah, that was a nasty era of R&B.
Champagne live when we play all day.
Neo had hits.
Yeah, Neo got his. I seen Neo for the first time. No, it wasn't the first time. I've probably seen him at a Hawks game or something like that before. But the first time I seen him like up close and personal, like I walked past him and said what's up to him. He said what's up to me. It was outside of Magic City, bro. On a random Monday. It's the only time I've been to Magic City. I was there for work. Went with Jermaine Dupri and Division. Division and Jermaine Dupri, they was promoting that single. If I get caught cheating, that don't mean I don't love you. If y'all remember that song from a couple years ago. And so they were promoting that Magic City on a Monday. And Neo was there. And he left when we left. And I seen him in the parking lot. I was like, and he had this little hat. He said, and kept walking the other way. And this was before I knew like the type of man that Neo was. Because he was married at the time too. So I was like, aren't you married? Like, where's your wife? And little did I know what the future beheld.
Yo, Mo, you back straight?
Is it lagging?
No, you good.
No. It was just frozen a little bit when you first joined back again, but you good.
Yeah,
again.
that's the only reason I was trying. You know what I mean?
Okay, good.
Yeah, you good though. Yeah, you sure?
Okay, bad. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's why I was just like, let me just stay quiet till I kind of try and figure out the connection. Cause my phone.
Yeah. I didn't want you to think we was trying.
Right. Nah, you good, man. Man, they changed the Wi-Fi here, bro. Like they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna switch to Wi-Fi. I'm thinking it's gonna get better, bruh. It got significantly worse, bro. But it's all good. We're gonna make it work.
What about the data over there? Is the data over there good, or is it a bad area just in general?
No.
Oh no, that's
that
terrible.
area in general, bro.
That's terrible. That's terrible. I'm sorry, bro.
What happened?
Oh, I just said I'm sorry, bro. That's terrible.
Oh yeah. But it's all good. I'm still thinking about the midget slave. I just it just kind of blew my mind right there. I got Japanese Tommy.
Yo, Jelani, you ever been to Magic City?
I've never been to a strip club before, which is kind of crazy. I'm about to be 30.
Really?
I've had opportunities to go, and I don't know why. You know what it is, like, not to get too explicit, but like, we grew up during an era when that type of stuff was kind of easily acceptable to an extent. Like, so the idea of, I feel like I know we in Atlanta, so it's not like people that's going to the strip club is just there on some like horny type of time. Like, a lot of the times it's just having fun, you know what I mean? Linking up with people do business meetings, all types of stuff. So I know it's more of a purpose to it than just some horny stuff. But like, I don't know. I should, you know what? I'm gonna cross that off my bucket list because it is crazy that I'm born in Atlanta and grew up right outside of Atlanta and have never been to a strip club before. I need to make that happen. But I know it's like,
certain. We gotta go, bro.
No, we're gonna make that happen this summer. Matter of fact, yeah.
I'm retired, bro.
Yeah,
I'm retired.
You're retired. You only went once.
Twice.
Oh, okay.
Well, you went to Magic both times?
Yeah, I've only been to Magic one time.
No, yeah, I only went to Magic one time. Hold on, I gotta switch my thing. Yeah, but we went in on Nashville.
Yeah, that was barely.
That don't even sound. Wait, hold on. Was it what? Because Nashville is a very interesting place. What part of Nashville was this in the black part or the white part?
I don't know.
The white part.
Oh, you know?
The white part.
Oh, it's a white.
Also,
Wow.
I mean, all the strippers there were white.
Cat.
That's gross.
Not the one that I danced with, or that danced on me, or she was black.
Okay, the majority of the women there, what were they?
I don't remember. I just remember the girl that danced on me. I ain't gonna hold you.
Man, I'll tell you, they were white. Right. And then $1 dances in that guy, bro. It was crazy.
Oh, you could have walked in there with 20 and been good for a little minute.
Yeah, I think Mo actually paid. I didn't even remember this, bruh. It was Mo and somebody else paid for me to get a dance because it was like I wanted to get a dance, but I didn't want to spend the money because I already spent like $40-$60 to get in. It was like the cover fee, because it was like the fee to get in, and then there was a cover charge. Like, what the heck is a cover charge? So it's like $20 just because. That don't even make no sense. So I already spent $60 to get in. I didn't want to spend another $20, $30 on a dance. So Mo, and I forgot who else it was. I don't know if it was Frankie or it was somebody else. They came together and they paid for the rest of the dance. And they said, Rashad, here you go, get you a dance. So I just walked up to a black girl that was walking by. I said, how much? And she said, 30. I said, and then she like just carried my hand over to the section. And yeah, she waited to the next song. And then the next song, she danced for 3 songs, and then she kissed me on the cheek. Boy, I fell in love.
I mean, she did her job well.
Yeah,
Right.
never seen her again.
Do you remember her name?
I've been to
Oh,
right. Right. I've been to a few strip clubs, and I got two funny strip club stories. The first one was when the only time I went to Magic, and that was like I had just turned 21, and so I remember like being there. So I had money, and then but I didn't have that much money. So I'm thinking like, I'm trying to plan it out. I'm like, I'm not gonna just be throwing bands all night. So I'm thinking like, all right, once me and I was with my homeboy and somebody else, and then so we like trying to plan it out. Like, all right, once it hits this time, then we're gonna start throwing money, right? Man, so I'm just sitting there kind of looking. I see this one chick, beautiful. She's sitting there, she like, dancing. So then like it was like a bunch of girls on stage. And so like I make eye contact with this one girl. And man, as soon as I made that eye contact, it was over. She started walking straight towards me. So I turn around, and then I talked to my homegirl, who like I was just turning 21. She was probably like 33. And so she knew like some of the bottle girls and stuff there. And so I turned around and I looked down. So a girl walking, there was a chick I just made eye contact with. I think she about to come my way. I'm not trying to throw money yet, but I don't know what to do because I feel like she about to come over here. And so the thing is, we were like right there on the side of the stage, and they had got like a hookah. So we're like, that was kind of like our little spot, like right there on the side of the stage. So I couldn't really, not like, oh, just move and go somewhere else. It was like, nah, this is where we were posted. So I'm telling my homegirl this, and I was like, yeah, I think she's finna come over here. She go, oh, you talking about her? And as soon as I turn around, all I see is right there, right like behind me. So I'm like, damn. Like, so then I was like, all right, I gotta throw some money now. So yeah, she called me. She got me started throwing money. So then like I was in there, and then so we had like we were like drinking and like smoking, had like some hookah. The hookah was a little too strong. So I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was like, I just turned 21. Like, we in the vibes. I got 2 in the vibes. So I'm sitting there. As I said, we waiting for a certain point to be like, all right, we're gonna start throwing money. So we sitting there chilling, and like I'm at this table. Yo, no cap. I started dozing off because it was just like I'm just kind of lit at this point. Yeah. So I'm like sitting there like this, and yo, the stripper walks up to me and was just like, yo, like, you good? And I was just like, yeah, I'm good, yeah. You know, and yeah, I was not good. I had to go. I was like, yeah, it's time for me to slide. So I just went in my car and then went to sleep. And yeah, so that was my first time, only experience at Magic. It was still magical though. I ain't gonna hold you. Like the women in there, everything you believe everything they talk about. Like Yachty was in there with somebody else throwing bands at each other, bro. It was lit. But yeah, my second story, I went to this random strip club. It's called like Platinum Lounge. I don't even think it's open no more. And so I went there, just pulled up on like some random stuff. It was like some girls that I used to work with was there with my homeboy. And so I just got done kicking with my shorty. And so my homeboy was like, yeah, I'm with such and such, you know, come through. You know, so I'm like, okay, bet. So I pull up, we sitting there vibing and everything. And so first off, I got the worst dance I ever had in my life. It was this white girl. It was her first day on the job. And she dancing, bro. She do the salt shaker. Like, bro, I ain't never seen nobody do the salt shaker in real life, bro. But she really did it. And then when she danced, it's like she didn't even really touch me for real. It was just kind of like she was just kind of moving around me. So then I was just like, okay, this was trash. So she was like, she asked me afterwards. She was like, so how did I do? I was like, I ain't gonna hold you. You could have did a lot better. This was pretty trash, but here's a 20. And so I give her the money. So then her homegirl, like, was sitting there, who was like kind of like guiding her, was like, yo, like, you know, she had a bunch of tattoos. So I'm just sitting there kind of just vibing with my homegirls and stuff, as I said. Like, so then the other girl with the tattoos is there. So I asked her, I was like, how many tattoos you got? She was like, you really want to know? How much you want to pay to know? I said, oh, never mind. I don't care that much. Yeah. And then so I'm about to slide. So then she was like, well, you can at least give me a drink. So I'm like, all right, I'll get you a drink. So she was like, yeah, it's only going to be like $5. I'm like, okay, cool. A little $5 drink. I got you. We walk up there. She orders some like Don Julio Repo and something else. And I'm like, oh, this ain't $5. As soon as she said it, I was like, I know this ain't $5. And so, yeah, I hit a finesse, man. Like, she ordered the drinks. I went to the bathroom. I looked myself in the mirror and said, if the roles were reversed, would this shorty, because she's trying to finesse me right now, because the drink about to be like $20 some dollars. So I'm like, if the roles were reversed, what would she do? She would probably get out of this, or she'll work her move. So yeah, so I went to the bathroom and ended up sliding out, like just walked straight past the bar. I went to my homeboy. I told him like, all right, bro, I'm out. I'll holler at you later, man. And then I just dipped. I'm halfway down 75. And then my homeboy called me. He go, hey, bro, yo, the stripper over here, she looking for you. I said, oh, for real? He like, yeah, bro, like, yo, she over here talking about like you got these drinks and she looking for you so you could pay for them. I'm like, man, yeah, that's dead, bro. I ain't gonna even lie. And yeah, I was like, yeah, and he was just like, dang, all right, bro. I was like, all right, bro, I'll holler at you later, man. And yeah, and then just went on to the crib. But yeah, so.
No, you had to make an executive decision.
Yeah, I was like, man, because Shorty also said she was sitting there trying to. I think what really got me was like, it's like I knew she was trying to finesse me. Cause like, you talking about the drink is gonna be cheap, like, and then you ordering something that I know finna be like $20, $30, and then thinking like I had on like the fit that I had on, like I wasn't like in a fit to like go to the strip club. I was just in really some kind of chill stuff, and I had on like some Vans or something. I was like, you know, yet again, I'm probably about like 21 at the time, and so. I'm thinking like, so then she was like, yeah, she's like, you're cute. Like, you know, like in a nerdy way. And I was like, bitch, like what? Like, you know?
Yeah, I'm not paying for your drink after you say that, bro.
Yeah, like that's what really got me. I was like, you know, like everything leading up to that, I was like, all right, maybe. But then she was like, yeah, you cute like in a nerdy way. I was like, you really think you getting over on me right now? Like, that's what this feels like. You really think you finessing me right now. So I'm like, no. Like, you thought it was.
You can't finesse a finesser.
Facts.
Promise you, every single time. Every time you think you got a leg up on me, I promise you, you do not. You never have a leg up on me. I know every single thing I'm doing when I'm doing it. And that's a message. If anybody's seeing, look, not on me. Maybe it might be Tyrese, but it won't be Maurice. It might be Milani, but it won't be Jelani. It might be Rashard, but it won't be Rashad. Yeah, when I was in Magic, Lou Will was in there, and this was like post career. Like Lou Will already retired at this point, so I'm like, dang, he's still living up to that nickname. I guess yeah. They like Lou Will in the building. They play this song, everything like that. That's that Big Tuh, Big Tuh, the song he got with Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz. And then like one of the dancers, I remember her from Georgia State. So I seen her, I was like, oh snap, that's so-and-so. And like she was walking around, and it's crazy because like my instinct was like to go up to her and be like, hey, how you been?
It's not the time and place for
it
that.
was just not the time and the place for that.
No.
So it was kind of just like I kept looking at her as she walked by. She kept like kind of looking at me, and then, quick kept going back to people who were spending money and stuff. But yeah, I was definitely like trying to talk to her.
Yeah, we got
yeah.
I'm trying to think. Like, I don't know. I don't think we definitely got a few probably girls that we went to school with that ended up becoming bottom girls and or dancers. But it's
Atlanta is small, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Atlanta?
not. I don't feel like it's like that big of a deal no more. I feel like there was a time in society when it was looked at as being like a crazy thing, but there's a lot of women walking around that at some point have danced, or especially in the Metro Atlanta area, or danced.
Yeah, no, I definitely wasn't judging her. I was just like, I ain't seen her in a minute. And it was like, you know how you don't see nobody in a minute, and you see them at their job, and you're like, "Oh snap, how you been?"
Yeah,
that's just not necessarily the job, I guess. That like people feel comfortable just, catching up about where you've been since college.
No, it's not the reunion place.
Exactly, precisely.
So y'all see the Nokia video?
I seen like some clips of it. I didn't see the full video yet. I seen
because he deleted it.
Wait, did he delete it?
What'd you say?
Initially, he deleted it. I don't know if he put it back up, but yeah, initially he put it up. Everybody was clicking it, and then he deleted it. Oh, he put it's back up. How about what I thought about it? Shoot. I did think, a large part of it was shots at Kenny. I ain't gonna lie to you. They still going back and forth. And like Jelani said a couple episodes ago, this is never gonna end. Like, this is like just what it is for the rest of, as long as they still rapping, they're gonna be doing this. But I'm with other people too, of like, he could have did like a Miami Vice type of color scheme here. A little more throwback, because that's the vibe of the song. Of course, the cell phone's a throwback cell phone. But yeah, I think the song is catchy. Some people they posted the song and they said that video is the first time I heard the full joint, and I think the song is trash. And I'm like, all right, okay, everything's not for everybody, but I do think it's a catchy song. I'm not even gonna lie and say I don't think so, for the sake of Kendrick. It's a catchy song. Drake can make good songs, bro. He can make good catchy music.
I think Oh, what are you finna say?
Oh no, you go, bro. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think the video cool. One thing what I feel Drake is doing during, and then I feel like it kind of pushing it forward with this video is I feel like he's rebuilding his fan base in a sense. Like, because after everything that happened last year, it's like a lot of people kind of, they were looking at him different, and it made it seem like, man, like he's tapping into his core again. And the realization is, it's like, I think in a sense, the people who really are never going to stop rocking with him are women, like pretty women, pretty women are always going to love Drake. It's like, most of the girls that I know, they like, they like Not Like Us. That was a cool vibe and everything. Like, it was fun, but it's like, they were still like, you're never going to make me hate Drake. That's what I heard a lot of women say, And I think not only that, but then also he's like, I'm finna bring it back. It's like, y'all want to do the whole Not Like Us because it's like, y'all want to make it seem like y'all want to say I'm not American because, he's not. But it's like that's where I'd have made majority of my money. And that's where a lot of things were. I think he's like, now I'm finna tap into other parts that still love me, because it's like, America ain't the only place that I'm loved. I'm bigger than this, And I think it's like between him tapping into women with like the sexy love songs and all that, well, some sexy songs or whatever for you. And I think with him, especially going and doing that London show is going to be crazy. Like Glastonbury or whatever, like where he's doing, 3 nights or 3 weekends, like whatever that is. I think, that is going to be crazy just because just to see who he's performing with. And it's just like the people outside of America, they probably look at it as like, yeah, like Not Like Us were cool. And Kendrick is still a vibe and everything, but it's just like, they don't have that same feeling. Cause it's like us as black Americans looking at him like, oh, it's like, you're not really part of black culture. Well, in London, they don't give a damn.
I'll tell you this. I met 3 white Canadians when they was down here in New Orleans for the Super Bowl, and I asked them how they felt about Not Like Us, and they said, "I loved it. We hate Drake." And I understand that's just a small sample. Go ahead, Mom.
I mean, yeah, people are going to say a lot of things just for the clout, or they're going to say a lot of things just for the sake of just saying things. That's why a lot of people are commenting on you're like, they're going to dislike certain things just because, and you said the white people, what, man? But it's
so
like,
you're talking about the London whites. That's what you was just talking about.
No, I'm not even saying London whites. I'm saying like the rest of the world in general, though. Like, because Not Like Us is Kendrick talking about, you're not like black Americans. That's what he's saying. You're not like black Americans. And so he's like, all right, I'm not like y'all. You want to say that? I'm not. But you know what I am? I'm international. I'm global. And I think that is where he's finna rebuild it from there. And then it's like, then come back and then come and get the American fan base again, in a sense. Even though he never truly lost it, but I think that's just how I see that he's doing, especially with him tapping in with all these women and everything. We're like putting nothing but women in the videos and stuff like that. It's just like, bro, women still love me. Like, the music that I make is like, the women are still gonna love it. And if you want to sit there and kick it with your shorty gonna play my music,
Yeah, no, he doing what he like right now, exactly what he doing what he's supposed to be doing. He doing what he should have did last year after the beef was over, when he was still trying to fight back. We ain't gonna talk about the lawsuits and all that no more. But yeah, he as far as like the him taking shots or whatever, like, or like the little subtle references, I mean, I get it. It's not gonna stop. At this point, it is what it is. But I just want them to keep it like, just keep it subtle. Like, they don't gotta do. I don't want to hear no more back and forth. Like, no more full blown songs. You know what I mean? Just, y'all could do like your little references, your little shots here and there. But yeah, it's Drake. Like, his core, when he first came into the game, like, ever since then, his core fan base has been like, young women. Originally in 2009, it was like between like 14 and like 24 back then. And those women now are between ages of like 30 to 45 around that age range, like 25 to like 40 around that age. So as long as he make music for them, you keep up with the bops, you get the ladies something that they can make their Instagram reel videos too. Like you'll be straight. I do think when his album comes out though, like his solo album, it's going to be a lot more rapidy rap though.
As long as he sticks to being Drake with the melodies, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like
he can still listen. I know I know he had a rough year, but we ain't gotta act like he ain't.
Scary Hours 3 was crazy. I think it was one of the best things that Drake has put out in years.
Yeah, when he get in that zone, he can still. It's just how often is he actually focused enough, and willing enough to really get in that zone to get in that bag the way he used to.
Another thing that's really crazy, I felt like No Face would have hit harder if he did No Face instead of The Heart Part 6. If he just kept The Heart Part 6 to himself and then came back to Not Like Us with No Face, I felt like people would have been like, oh, okay, we here. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro.
You might be right about that.
What'd you say?
I said you might be right about that.
Yeah, because No Face is like, No Face was hard, but like it kind of came and went under the radar because it was like months after the beef. You know what I'm saying? And The Heart Part 6, he pretty much saying like, this was false about Not Like Us, this was false about Not Like Us, this was false. And it's like, what I'm looking at is, dang, bro, Meet the Grams, brother psychoanalyzed you and your family and your entire life. And he was right about the whole thing. Like, if anything he was wrong about,
lies.
Okay, people can say, what was the daughter? The daughter didn't exist. Kendrick say he stand on
But
that.
I mean,
go ahead.
But that's why I'm like, he could stand on it all he want. He could just say whatever he want, bro. Because it's like, it ain't never gonna be no proof on it, and then so he just gonna say it and people gonna run with it. I think in the sense of like towards the end of the beef is like Drake was pretty much, because I think one thing that really stood out to me is just because it got deeper than just rap. It wasn't, a lot of people want to say it's just rap and this and the other, but it's like it's where you're really now, for Drake, it turned into like his, not only just a character, but his livelihood is at stake. Because you're now saying that I'm a pedophile. Like, you're really pushing that I'm a pedophile. You feel me? And that I'm doing all this stuff. Because I remember my sister texted me and was just like, like, yeah, you hear the songs? I was like, yeah, man, if this stuff is true, they definitely finna start raiding his house soon, this, that, and the other. She thinking he finna really get raided and stuff. Because it's like, she thinking like, you hearing all this music. And it's like, it's nothing to ever prove that any of this was happening. And I get for Drake, it's like, because it's like, I'm gonna end this here because you took this to a whole nother level. It's like, you're now really messing with my full livelihood of where I am. People are gonna, like, you really trying to push that pedophilia thing. And I think that's pushing pedophilia onto somebody, it's just a crazy thing. And it's like, if you're gonna keep saying that, you got it, bro. Because it's like, people want to roll with it, and I'm not finna, because I don't know, for me personally, I would have been like, you got it, my boy. Like, because it's like, ain't nothing I can say to make it feel any different.
Drake knew what was coming. Drake has a, the reason why Kendrick even went with that and said the we stuff and everything like that is because, like, that was Drake's whole thing. Like, before this whole beef, the whole internet had conspiracies, and forget the conspiracies. It's just like, what has Drake been seen in public, kind of being affiliated with doing and stuff like that. And it's stuff that point to that. Like, it just is what it is. So it's like, what he's saying, tailor-made freestyle. Oh, talk about how he likes younger girls. I heard it on the Button podcast, so it must be true. Drake already knew what he was about to come at him with. So he did it. And he did it. And now it's, oh man, why'd you do that, Kendrick? All right, bro. You the one,
but I mean,
who had the girl on stage. You the one who had the girl on stage. Wait, how old are you? 17. Oh, and then kiss the girl. And you did that on camera. It's in 1080p. It won't in 4K because they didn't have that, baby. But it was in good enough definition to see it. You the one that was.
How old was he? How old was he at the time? How old was
Drake
he at the time?
in 2010? Drake was like 25.
Yeah.
Drake was like 25.
No, he was like 22. He was like 22.
22 and a 17-year-old, bro. And he said, "Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble," and then kiss the girl afterwards. It's crazy.
Nah, but okay, still like Rashad, you know, I
was 19 with a 17-year-old, bro. I was 19, bro. I won't know 22. I was 19.
This conversation just went like so left field.
No, I mean, but that's the thing. It's just like, you know, I think in the sense of like, I get it. I feel you. 22 is a little bit different than 19, but it's not that far off.
It is,
and I'm not condemning you.
I couldn't drink. I couldn't drink at 19. I couldn't get into clubs at 19.
True. Well, regardless, I feel, you know, I get what you're saying with the whole Drake thing. And I do feel, you know, as I said, just regardless, I think Drake was trying to get ahead of it, but at the same time, it's just realistically, people wanted to see Drake lose. It's like they just wanted to see him lose. And then now that he's lost, I think people can now be comfortable it's like there's gonna be those people who are gonna be like, regardless, like, all right, you lost that. And that's what they always comment. You look at the comments on any post that's good about him, they're gonna be like, well, Drake still lost to Kendrick. It's like, what does that have to do with this song right now? You know? And like, that's real. That's what I'm saying. People just wanted to see that man lose, bro. It's like, so they're gonna go with whatever. But regardless, I feel like, yeah, my boy doing what he got to do. He definitely coming back, and I think realistically, this song is finna ride through the summer. He's probably gonna drop more. I think he's probably gonna drop an album before the London show. But you know, you never know. But I feel like he probably gonna definitely drop some more stuff before then. And yeah, and you know, it's gonna be one thing I think about though in the long run, because I think you saw, what was it? Ray Daniels was talking about it. How Ray Daniels said that, like, just how with Nas and Jay-Z, you know, Nas won in a lot of people's eyes kind of with Ether, but Jay-Z overall won by just being the bigger artist. And I think ultimately that's just kind of how this is finna go for him. Like, because I think realistically, Drake is going to continue to he can make more songs that are going to pop like a Nokia. Can Kendrick make another Not Like Us? This is the biggest moment of his career. He
just did.
No.
He just Mustard. Did it. He had the whole arena saying Mustard at the Super Bowl.
What is TV Off about? TV Off is about Drake yet again.
Turn this TV off. Turn this TV off. Ain't know what the king in the rap game, they siblings.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like for real, bro. Like not even like just super serious. If Squabble Up, TV Off, and Not Like Us, the three biggest, and I'll give them not. Luther isn't. Luther is a very good song. So Luther is a very good song. But yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. But the majority of what really appeal is the fact of the beef, you know? And that's what I'm saying. Once that dies down, like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if Kendrick is going to, you know, what he's going to do from here on out. And, you know, you can never doubt somebody as talented as him. But I just think the realization of it, I'm like, bro, like, Drake is going to continue to make songs that's like a Nokia that's going to ride through the whole summer, where we're going to listen to that. We're going to hear that song for another however many months. It's like Kendrick, I don't know. It's like, it's not going to be the same. You know? And I just
jumping that, skipping that, jumping that far, jumping that whip, yeah, jumping that. Come on, man, don't act like the world won't bounce into that for a whole. Come on, man, let's not do that.
I mean, but I'm saying, like, I guess, you know, I think like the outside ain't gonna be bumped. Like they like Family Ties, but I'm like, bro, you're not in the club listening to Family Ties like that, bro.
You just playing Family Ties in the club when the song was out.
Right, they'll play it, but I'm saying, you like, yeah, they're gonna play a song, but it's not gonna go crazy like that. It's a difference. It's like, what's gonna really get the people going? Family Ties is gonna be in the mix. What's gonna be when it prime time and everybody finna be like, bruh, like finna have everybody like, bruh, we gotta get a shot to this one.
Not like us.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he did that. Like, that was his first time doing that, you know? So
I mean,
they not like us. They not like. Go ahead, Jelani.
No, I was gonna say, like, I think they both gonna still be huge going forward. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Now I just think it's gonna be a situation where they occupy different lanes. Like, I still think Drake is gonna produce. I don't know how much longer he's gonna be. If you want to argue if he's number one or not, I mean, that's up to you. But like, I don't know if Drake's gonna be 50 and still gonna be in the top 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because rap is not as much of a young man's game as it used to be. Like, we see more rappers who are 40 plus have success and, you know, have careers. But like, I don't know if in whenever Drake turns 50, he's like 38 right now. So like 10 years from now, basically. I don't know if he's still going to be able to make the same type of music and be number one. Like, I do think at some point, you know, once he gets to like his late 40s, early 50s, he might have to like switch the subject matter up a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm fascinated to see that. But at the same time, you got a rapper like Future who is in his 40s and he hasn't switched it up at all. So maybe it's possible, you know.
Future, okay. Here we go. Controversial take. It's getting a little more quiet for Future. Future is still Future, so his catalog is going to carry him forever and ever. That little Pluto tape, it's the only one off that entire album that I heard outside. We talking about what the outside is saying, and then the joint before that, it was 2 of them. It was one carried by Playboi Carti, and it was another one carried by Kendrick Lamar.
I can't say carry, even though Kendrick, that was the verse went viral, but I can't say that song was carried. That was just a great song. Like, even if Kendrick wasn't on there, Kendrick being on there was like the cherry on top, but the song itself was a great song.
But Future used to remember Future say, let's say 2020, Life is Good. Anything Future on, it's still like 2015. Future going. Future went on the Lil Yachty song. I'm on the. We all like, oh my goodness, I never heard something like this. Like, anything Future did, we was just like, oh my goodness, Future. It's same like what Playboi Carti doing right now. Anytime Carti jump on the feature, and it's a big deal because Playboi Carti on the feature. The biggest hits, Fiend, Type, now the little Blick song. You know, the same thing that Playboi Carti, his effect that he has on features, that's what Future was and has been the whole 2010s, all the way up to Life is Good and stuff like that. The past couple years, I just feel like 2024, it was kind of getting a little more quiet. It ain't as loud as it used to be for Future.
I can't agree, bro. He's still playing music for the streets, bro. And like, yeah, Atlanta's still rocking with him. I can't talk about the rest of the world because I ain't there. But yeah, like, I don't know. I don't think anything. I think he's still putting out consistent level of music. Like, it's because that whole tape with Metro was a big moment. Those when mixtape Pluto, like, that was him in his mixtape bag again. You know, it's like when he wants to go back, he switches lanes. He just does what he wants at whatever time. He just makes music. You feel me? So I don't know. Like, I can't. I don't personally agree with that one. I don't think things getting any quieter for him. I think Feature's still Feature. Because I'm like, after We Don't Trust You came out, everybody was talking about it's a big 4. Like it's like they're saying it's a big 3, it's really a big 4. And like I know you saw all those memes and everything. So that was what 2024, right?
Last year.
So
that's
what I'm saying. And then he followed it up with Mixtape Pluto. They came with Mixtape Pluto. Like, yeah. So that's why I don't know, bro. How you feel about it, Jelani?
He's still hot. Pause. He's still hot, but it's not. It'll never be what it was from like that 2015 era when it was at its peak. He's not as hot as he was compared to his peak, but is he still one of, I would say, top 7 probably biggest rappers? I would say he's still up there. You know what I mean? Like he's not top 3 no more, but he just had 2 number 1s last year. Now Mixtape Pluto was kind of, you know, it was okay. I'm not mad at that for the 3rd album that you put out in 1 year though. Surfing the Tsunami, an amazing song, by the way. I think that's the name of it. Yeah, I believe so. Not to get super off subject. My bad, bro. My bad, bro.
Oh, I was just gonna say no, you good. I was just gonna say with the Mixtape Pluto, it's Mixtape Pluto. That's just like with Purple Rain. Like that's not like that's still a great tape. That it's not. It wasn't meant to be like mainstream. You know, like Mixtape Pluto was just like it's I don't know. It's like he released it as an album, but it's still like mixtape vibes. It's like
there's no song on Mixtape Pluto as big as Perky's Calling.
Purple Rain was amazing.
Yeah. Wait, I mean, bro, Too Fast? Too Fast is a big song, bro.
Don't forget the Wicked was originally on Purple Rain. On the original version, Wicked was like the big hit on there. But you know, streaming, they gotta move the songs around for the numbers.
But yeah, man. All right, so yeah, Wicked. What song is Wicked? Is as big on his last joint?
Like That was pretty huge, bro.
Like That was not his last album.
On Mixtape Pluto. Oh no, there's no big hit on Mixtape Pluto at all. No, but that was his 3rd album of the year though. Like I feel like there was kind of future fatigue by that point. Like I don't
release 3 albums in a year. Remember he used to release 3, 4, 5 albums in a year, and all of them had a major hit on it, at least one.
Yeah, but you can only sustain that for.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Y'all just.
I agree. He's not as hot as he was 20. Future's peak was. I'm talking about just popularity wise, like. I would say 2015 through like 2018, 19. I would say he was at his peak of popularity. So is he at that level of pop? No, but he's still like one of the top 6, 7 biggest rappers. You know what I mean?
I agree. I'm just saying it's just getting, because you brought up the point he 40 still and people can still accept the type of music he making, and I'm like, not at the rate that they used to.
It might be weird when he used to be like 50 if he's still making the same type of music.
I'm waiting for Motown Freeze.
Yeah. I was trying to let my boy. In the meantime, you good now, bro?
So I just feel like I hear you, Rashad, but at the same time, like my boy just dropped 2 number 1s last year, bro. Like he just dropped 2 number 1s.
Name one hit from We Still Don't Trust You.
We Still Don't Trust You. Go to the album.
Hold on. If someone say go to the album, that means they don't know no history. But hold on. All right, hold on. I'm scrolling down.
Here we go. I'm trying to see because So I feel like there's songs like the hits was on We Don't Trust You, but he still had some really good songs on We Still Don't Trust You. Like, because you got to think it's like they came out like a week after each other, or was it 2 weeks after each other? But regardless, it was like
Cleo
they were
Soul did
right
the
back to
same
back,
thing.
and he
And
already
both of them
had the
albums was hard.
singles. You said what?
I said Cleo Soul did the same thing, and both of them albums was hard. Both classics.
Yeah, both of these albums are hard. What are you talking about? That's not the point they were making. It's like both of the albums are still good. Mixtape Pluto is still good. You're saying it's like he don't have the big hits that's like being played everywhere outside, but it's like he already got other songs that are being played. It's like that and type ish was already big enough to carry it. It's like we don't need to push any other songs on here to go be those big hits.
I'm saying Playboy Cardi dropped that album right 2-3 weeks ago. We done heard about 3 of those records blow up off of that 30-track album, and a couple more are probably going to pop up and be prevalent and be relevant for the rest of 2025. That's the type of noise that Future used to make every album. Like you said, with I think a great example of We Don't Trust You and We Still Don't Trust You is Future / Hendrix. Future is the rap. It had all the hits. Hendrix was just a good rap, R&B singing album. Hendrix still had some hits on it. That's the point. That's all I'm saying. It's like he always had major hits, regardless if it was supposed to be a deep cut thing for the streets, whether it's supposed to be this for his fans, whether it's supposed to be this for he just liked to make this type of music. It always had 1 or 2, 3 big records on it. And he's not doing that anymore. That's all I'm saying. The older he gets, it's just something that I'm noticing. But he's so big that it's like it doesn't really matter, right? It just doesn't matter, but it's something that I'm noticing. That's it.
I feel you. I mean, as I said, I just don't feel like it's getting quieter for him. Like in the sense of where he's just like the way you put it is as if he's falling off, and it's just like he's still at a top tier. As I said, like when he dropped, and then you got to think 2 of the songs that's going crazy off of, at least one of them that going crazy off of Playboy Cardi's album is with Future.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's just like, so that's what I'm saying. It's like he still has his effect, It's like let's not act like it's just like Future drop. We're kind of like nobody really peeping it. It's like no, like if it was a drop, like they say he's working on his album right now. He dropped, he probably gonna go number 1 yet again.
Is it getting quiet for Sexy Red?
Yes.
I don't know if I would say it's getting quiet quite yet. I mean, I know I was on TikTok. I seen a bunch of people. They went to her concert in Lexington or whatever. They said the concert will start at 7. They said she came out like 1:45 and only performed for like 15 minutes. There was a bunch of people upset about that. I seen on TikTok yesterday. That Bruno Mars song definitely flopped. That song was terrible. And I'm a fan of Sexy Red. I actually like her music, but like that song was awful. I don't know why the label had them go in that direction. Because I know she didn't do that on her own choosing. The label definitely picked that one and was like, "Yo, this is what you should do."
Yeah, it was just some that I noticed.
Yeah,
she was on Playboy Max stream, and it seemed like at first she was kind of like being rude alongside Chicken P. And I was like, Sexy, when them people start being mean to them streamers, it's over for your career. And I felt like she got it because she eventually was like nice up to Max and was like reassuring him and being nice to him and everything like that for the rest of the stream. And but I was just like, this ain't the route you want to go down, because Sexy was having at least one every 2 months for like the past 2 years. I don't know her last hit. I don't know. Sexy's last hit. Is it Bae, I Love You?
That might her as far as her song, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Sticky is low key.
Oh yeah, Sticky.
Yeah,
I'd say Sticky was her last joint. That was October. Tyler the Creator done got another hit since then.
Which one?
The Kendrick Lamar freestyle.
Oh yeah, I low key and I like the Kendrick version too. I listen to both, but I low key listen to the Tyler version like just as much, if not more.
His has more views. It's
crazy.
surprising to me. But yeah, all right, bet. Is there well, okay, since we on feature free bands, of course we want to say rest in peace on Scooter. Anybody want to say they little piece to Screet, as the streets apparently called them?
Yeah, some more details, like more and more coming. It feels like every day now. Yeah, just as of right now, I'm gonna just say rest in peace. I still remember I was going back and listening to like a bunch of different Future songs and Scooter songs and just songs from that era, and it was like Gucci Mane songs. It kind of, even though I kind of consider myself a young Scooter fan, it did kind of catch me off guard, like how many different songs from that like 2012 to like 2015 era that he was on there, that I was like in my late teens, early 20s listening to. Like he definitely carved out his own lane and had like I tweeted about, he had dudes wearing the Mexican flag bandanas and the USA bandanas. So no, he definitely carved out his own lane while he was here. So yeah, rest in peace, Young Scooter.
Yeah, rest in peace, Young Scooter. And I'm glad he's getting justice. Cause I don't know if y'all saw the young lady who called that bogus 911 call. She's been arrested. So, yeah.
With Maurice opening that up, what do y'all think happened? Wait, hold on. Before that, I want to be respectful, like Jelani say. I want to be respectful. Rest in peace, young Scooter. Like Jelani said, like, dude had hits, like multiple hits. Like it won't just two. It won't just Jig King and Columbia. He had Julio. He had a couple of the joints he was featured on, like you said, the future joints. I know me personally, Gambino. This is another artist that Gambino brought to me. Gambino hosted, I don't know, like this is the thing I said on my channel. This is something I don't think a lot of people know. Gambino is also a DJ. So it's like he came up as a DJ and a producer before he started rapping in college. And so as a DJ, he went back to his DJ bag randomly, 2011, 2012. He was hosting a mixtape. No one's gonna believe this. It doesn't sound real, but he was hosting a mixtape. And on the mixtape is just a bunch of variety random artists. And on the mixtape is Columbia by Young Scooter. And that's the first time I heard Columbia. That's the first time I heard Scooter. It was on the mixtape with Childish Gambino. And on the cover, it's like Childish Gambino, like with his eyes like rolled up or whatever, like he possessed or something like that. But yeah, Childish Gambino's hosting that mixtape. And then a couple of years later, of course, Scooter's on Stone Mountain. I wanted to say Kawhi, but he's on Stone Mountain and stuff like that. And then he's on another song with Gambino on Trinidad James mixtape, 10-Piece Mile or 10-Piece Lemon Wet. He's on the song Eastside with Gucci Mane and Ali Boy and Trinidad James. And I love that song as well. I felt like it's an extremely underrated song. Shout out to the East Side of Atlanta. Shout out Scooter. Thank you for everything you've done for the culture and carving out your own lane. With that being said, I don't know what to believe, bro. I don't know what happened. Like each day, the fact that Young Thug and Future co-signed what Young Thug said, and then APD doubled down on what they said, we had nothing to do with it, versus the initial rumors, and then what the lady from Fox 5 even reported with pictures. It's two different stories going on right now. So I'm confused, and I still do not know what to believe, even as more details are coming out. I'll let you guys go. I'm sorry.
You good? I mean, I guess so. What? So people are still saying that he got shot by the police. Is that what
the autopsy came out, and he got shot. Future retweeted Young Thug.
Okay, so I didn't see that. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know about that conspiracy part. I just know old girl who called the police that got this whole thing set up. Yeah, she was lying. That's a fact. Like, have y'all heard the 911 call?
Yeah, I heard the 911 call. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and then did you listen to her follow up about when she came out? Like, yeah, I'm the one who called, but it's like, yeah, I was in danger. But if you listen to the, yeah, it's pretty much she's like, yeah, it's like y'all don't understand. Like, I was calling because like I was genuinely in danger, blah blah blah. But if you listen to the 911 call, it's like one, you're speaking in third person. You're saying, yeah, some girl is just outside butt naked. I think she might be a prostitute. I don't know if they pimping her or what. Look like they arguing about drugs. What? It's like
she slipped up and she said, in this house. And when she said that, I said, are you in the house or are you the neighborhood watch from across the street that don't know what's going on with this girl? And then my whole thing was the police did a press conference that night, right? They never said upon seeing the female was found, she's now in grade condition and critical condition. And they ain't say none of that. They just said, oh, we got a call about a girl being abused and everything. We get to the house. He started running out the back of the, like, we ain't hear nothing about the condition. So that made me like, what, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Mo.
Oh, nah, yeah. And nah, as you're right. Because I mean, that's why I said like the girl who made the call, she's in custody right now. Like, she's being charged for making that bogus call. And so it proves that, yeah, she was definitely, I don't really get what the intentions behind the call was. I wish, there was more clarity on that, but you can't really believe what she's saying, because when she did make a statement, it was just kind of, it just sounded like BS. As I said, when she was on live. But I'm glad they were able to locate her and, take her into custody. And because I'm like, yeah, the way she put it, it was like, yeah, this girl getting beat, she about to die, this, that, and the other. And I'm sure they came and picked that girl up and she was perfectly fine, So, I mean, yeah, as I said, I'm just glad he get justice. I hate it happened. It's crazy how it happened, like, life is crazy, man. Because for him to be running, probably jumped many offenses in his day. Like, I'm sure this ain't the first fence he ever tried to jump, but for it to end up hitting a main artery in your leg, and you end up bleeding out, possibly, unless the other theory is true, But that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Like, as I said, I haven't seen nothing about I didn't see the thug part, But yeah, regardless, it's all sad. RP Scooter, man.
Yeah, I don't want to speculate too much just because it's not really going to change a lot. But I've been seeing a bunch of different people just saying this and that about like what was what he was doing, and things like that. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm gonna just say rest in peace to him for now, and more information is gonna come out eventually.
He deleted it.
Yeah, I saw. I remember. I saw people saying like he probably should delete that, but I guess in the heat of the moment, he just sent it out.
Y'all think Thug gonna make it 365 days?
I hope so. Speaking into existence, that he will.
He kind of tweeting kind of wild, bro.
I mean, as long as he don't.
Oh, you think?
No, I'm saying, yeah, I'm saying going back in. I ain't saying like living, like, nah, that's weird. I don't speak that over people. Like,
no, I know what you meant. I got.
Yeah, no. Mo made a face. That's why I had to.
Yeah, I didn't know what you meant. I was like, wait, what?
If he peed the wrong way in the city of Atlanta or near the city of Atlanta, he's going in for 15 years.
Yeah, I think he just got to stay out of the metro area. I believe he can't, like, as long as he don't fail no tests and things like that. I think that's gonna be the hard part,
But yeah. All right, cool.
I think my boy will be straight.
All right, cool. Well, fellas, another good episode. Is there any closing thoughts as we close in on 1 a.m. Eastern?
Rest in peace, Japanese Tommy.
Rest in peace, Japanese Tommy, man. Hey, we're gonna leave it at that. Yeah, rest in peace, Japanese Tommy.
Like he's about to say something out of pocket.
Real one for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Salute to all the Black historians, all the historians making Black history. Japanese Tommy, hey brother, your spirit lives forever within the 1 a.m. podcast on this episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in.
Hold on, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, Mo.
Before you close out, do you think he wanted to be called Japanese Tommy, or should we just call him Thomas?
Yeah, I'm gonna just call him.
I'm
gonna call him Thomas. Rest in peace, Thomas.
Rest in peace, Thomas. Cause what? Yeah, the white man could have gave him Japanese Thomas.
That's a fact, especially back then.
Facts.
They for sure gave him Japanese Tommy. He did not come up with Japanese Tommy.
He might not even know.
I'm sorry. Okay, all right, bro. It's time to get out of here, man. All right, man. Hold on, man. All right, let me go. Let me look up.
Yo, who's the dwarf who fought slavery? Yo, click that real quick. My bad. All right, okay. Who's the dwarf that fought?
Wait, where is that? Where is that? All right, here, bruh. Okay. BBC.
People also ask. Nah. Oh, okay, yeah. The Quaker dwarf.
All right.
Okay, now we're going down a rabbit hole. This is like a white man.
He stood at only about 4 feet. Yet Benjamin Lay lacked in stature. He made up for moral courage and radical thinking. He was a militant vegetarian, a feminist.
Ahead of his time.
Hey,
That boy, he fought for everything.
I was about to say, feminist, abolitionist.
Can you imagine being a vegetarian in like 1780 something? But 1730. In September 1738, 6 years after arriving in America, Lay went to Philadelphia yearly meeting of the Quakers with a hollowed out book inside, which was tied off inside of an animal bladder containing oh no, they way too deep in the trenches. Lay told the gathering, which included wealthy Quaker slave owners, "Thus shall God shed the blood of the persons who enslaved their fellow creatures." Oh, I know that's right. He plunged a sword into the book, and the blood splattered onto the heads and the bodies of horrified slaves. Come on now. Give them a taste of their own medicine. He said, God is going to get you with the blood, and then sprayed the blood on them. I heard that. This Lay and Benjamin Franklin, my boy was a real one. Shout out to Ben, man. And as his biographer, University of Michigan historian, Pittsburgh historian Marcus Redicker says, he did not care whether people liked it or not. He wanted to draw people in. He was saying, are you for me or against me? Are you for slavery or against it? He lost the battle with elders of the church, but won it with the next generation. Wow. Shout out to Lay, bro.
Shout out to Benji Lay.
Shout out to Lay. Shout out to Thomas Dillard.
Benjamin Thomas.
All right, for sure. Okay. All right, fellas, another great episode.
Very educational.
Anything else?
Just big salute. You feel me?
Oh yeah, I forgot. I just asked that. Anything else? That's crazy. All right, cool. So with that being
said, late, people. It's late, people.
Yeah. Y'all enjoyed the basketball this weekend. Y'all enjoyed the Final Four. Don't enjoy the NBA teams tanking and things of that sort, but enjoy the Final Four. And until next time, we'll see you. Peace out.
Tout son, y'a épice, looking like Weez. Haven't seen